Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Map Making Shorts. In today's episode I will show you a new type of clock that a lot of people started using when the fill command got introduced in one of the 1.8 snapshots. The fill clock has a lot of similarities to the set block clock, but also has a few properties that make the fill clock the better choice in a lot of situations. But let's take a look on the clock itself first and how to set it up. The fill clock requires two command blocks with a fill command in one of each. The bottom command will be executed first, so we start with a fill command for a solid block. You can also use air, but a solid block will be less laggy, so I recommend you to use a solid block as well. A good side effect by using a solid block is also that you can see where a clock will be active in, even if it's turned off. We are using relative coordinates that specify the area we want to fill in the solid block. The area we are filling in starts one block above the command block and goes 10 blocks towards positive Z. This means every time the command block will be powered, this area will be filled in with green stained hardened clay. The second command will fill in the same area with redstone blocks, and since we are using relative coordinates, the Y coordinates are negative in this case. Since the bottom command will be executed first, the area will be filled in with stained hardened clay, and immediately after the top command will fill in the same area with redstone blocks. Both commands will be executed within the same game tick, which means the redstone blocks that got placed in the previous game tick power both command blocks again, which ends up in a loop, or in other words, our fill clock. The advantage of using a fill clock is that you can easily attach multiple command blocks to a single clock. If you only have a couple command blocks you need to be constantly powered, you can specify a smaller area, or if you have a lot of command blocks that need to be powered, you can change the X and Z coordinates to make the clock fill in a large area. This means in 1.8 you can use a single clock to replace multiple set block clocks to reduce lag. Also, with a fill clock it is a lot easier to set up a specific order of command execution. Even though it is possible with set block clocks, using a fill clock makes it a lot easier to set up and maintain because you can chain a lot of command blocks in rows. The order of command execution follows the same rules the set block clock has, which means the command execution starts from negative X towards positive X. Once that happened, the next row towards positive Z will be executed. This knowledge allows for reliable command execution of a lot of commands in a single game tick. And finally, I would like to mention that the fill clock can also be adjusted not to act like a clock, but instead execute a large amount of commands only once. To achieve that, you just swap out the blocks that get filled in, so the redstone blocks get filled in first, and the stained hardened clay afterwards. This will not create a loop, but is very useful if you want a specific order of command execution only a single time. So that's for the fill clock and its advantages over the set block clock. I hope you learned something. I wish you all a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care and bye bye.